Yes, Aryan, I can, okay, I can see you. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I'll put my headset first as usual. Please enter the, there you go. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. All right, tell me, Aryan, what are you doing?
I'm in physics, thermal properties today.
Right. I remember that there is one question, yeah, from last time. We haven't talked about it. Okay, but do you have any questions you want to ask right now?
No. What is the question that?
Remember there was the last part of a question on a the question is trying to set up an experiment and you're supposed to measure the C, the small C of the brass. So I think there's a hot water into a brass cup. And then the last part of the question is the real C smaller or bigger than what you have calculated? You remember that question? This one. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So just tell me how does this booklet work? Like, are you going to discuss them, or is it like an assignment, or what is this?
It's an assignment, and the teacher will discuss it tomorrow.
You're supposed to submit it tomorrow. All right, understand. Yeah. So although the last part of the question is an interesting question, I think it's better to focus on the other question if you have first. I noticed that you're almost finished, right? Almost finished.
Yeah.
Are you sure you have no questions right now?
No.
All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry. One last thing. Will your teacher discuss the answers? Because the answers can sometimes be very sensitive to certain things they want you to say. There's that thing. Will they discuss it with you?
Yeah, you will.
Okay. I just want to know. Right. So if you have no questions, I'll ask the others first. Yeah? Okay. Noah and Mike, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Don't forget your Jamboard. So Noah, while setting up, tell me, what do you study? What will you study today?
Math, but I have 2 chemistry questions.
Shall we finish the chemistry first? Is it like that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You can put it on Jamboard, or you can also show me in the video. Yeah? I'll be waiting.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, any updates from school?
Any updates from school?
Yeah, I mean, I know we meet last Thursday, right? So I suppose any updates on Friday, lah.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So you're talking about Venn diagram last time.
Yeah.
So what do we study today?
I think a math.
Right. And tell me again, where is a math right now?
Chain
room, right? No updates, nothing on the trigonometry. The trigonometry is basically over, is it?
In a way, yeah.
Right. My prediction is, however, for the next upcoming small exam, right? Some sort of small exam. I don't know what that would be. It's probably going to be on trigonometry also.
There's gonna be a small exam.
No, there will be a small exam. I don't know what that is. I don't know, QA1. I'm not sure what that will be for your school, but I'm predicting that it will include trigonometry also.
WA1.
WA1, for example, right? It'll probably include trigonometry. Do you think I'm
Why?
correct? I don't know, because it seems to me that your assignment on trigonometry indicates that there is no trigonometry yet. That's my impression.
No, the assignment on no, the assignment was the polynomials and partial, like the entire thing, like the polynomial and partial fraction, the binomial.
Are that the trigonometry that you do? What is that about?
It's part of it. It's also part of it. It's it's holiday revision. It's not like
right. My
something-
impression is that you haven't had trigo exam. That's my impression.
Yeah.
And that's why I predict, WA1 will include trigonometry. That's my prediction.
Oh no, probably
okay.
not.
Probably not. Are you very sure about this?
Yeah.
Sure. Again, are you sure? Because we have time to prepare for trick right now.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Sorry, what do you mean by sure?
I'm sure.
All right.
That it won't.
Right. So
But
right now,
if it does, the teacher will like literally announce it. It's like, oh, you guys are gonna have trick on the exam also. Like, but if
wouldn't that be too late? Never mind. Since
no,
you're sure, since
because like usually it's like 3 weeks before.
3 weeks sounds very good. Right.
Like if there would be something like like.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now AMAT is on, and well, the prediction is that you wouldn't have much problem. But if you do, please ask. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. I'll follow you through the video. Okay. So Noah, what is your question on the chemistry? Please tell me.
Just this one.
Sorry. Yeah. Could you zoom in because it's a bit blurry. Okay, that's nice. Thank you. What happens when dilute sulfuric acid is added to the solid product, right? Okay. So what is the solid product?
I don't know.
Just to confirm. No,
Oh,
you know. What are you talking about? You know.
Oh, copper oxide.
Now, tell me why you are in doubt. Tell me why.
Because it didn't tell me anything.
Is it, what do you think? Is B connected to A?
Yeah.
If B is connected to A, then he must be referring to something from A, right?
Yeah.
In A, there are only 2 solids, right?
Yeah.
Either the carbonate or the oxide lah. So what do you think?
Could be the oxide.
How about the carbonate?
No.
Right. So are you sure now?
What happens to it?
Right. As in, at least you know the solid product lah. If not, no point thinking lah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So solid product added to sulfuric acid lah. Do you have any idea what happened? So now we can start to think. No idea?
Is it the what? Copper oxide plus sulfuric acid?
Yeah. Will anything happen? Basically, right? Will anything happen?
No.
Okay. I'm going to give you a hint, but first of all, I need your Jamboard.
Okay.
So Mike, I'm following it, but again, don't wait for me. Please do something first lah. I just don't follow. I cannot follow what you're doing right now. I can see the questions though, which is nice.
Yeah, it's just a question too though.
And
like,
you mean A, B, C, D, E, F?
Yeah.
You cannot do anything on. Wait. No. You cannot do 2A, really?
No. I'm just like saying the question.
Right.
No, I'm just saying like the question because it's like ticks because it's like a friend's workbook like from who graduated already.
So sorry. Tell me again. What did you say?
No,
What
I'm
did you
just
say?
like I'm just telling you that the one that I'm supposed to do is question 2 because like this ticks, but the ticks are from because like this is a workbook from a friend who graduated. So yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of marks lah. Is what you're saying. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. All right. Okay. I foresee that you have no problem with 2, really. And I don't want you to do such an easy question in exam, in tuition. I don't want. At least try 2E and 2F, and you can do the rest after tuition. Would that be okay? Okay. Don't do easy stuff in tuition. Okay. Please don't. You are already way ahead of this kind of question. Way ahead. So give yourself some space. We try 2E and 2F, and then we'll move forward. Okay. Can you? Arian, are you okay so far?
Yes.
Okay, Noah. So this is sulfuric acid, right? And this is your copper oxide, right? So happens this situation is the metal reactivity series. Okay, Noah? Noah, I need some response. Noah? Noah, are you okay? Noah? Can you hear me, Noah?
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me? Yeah? All right, so this is reactivity series, right? Now we discussed reactivity series. I discuss it in a slightly different way than your teacher, lah, right? First of all, I teach you how to memorize, lah, right? This is C and this is H, right? That's how I ask you to memorize. And then there are 3 things here, there are three groups here, and then there are also things here, correct? You still remember from the holiday tuition? Group 1, group 2, group 3. Noah, do you remember or no?
I don't think I learned it.
You
I learned
mean
it in holiday tuition.
you didn't join the chemistry holiday tuition? Oh my goodness, your combined science. I always forget.
Oh.
Your combined science.
Yeah.
I always forget it, right? Okay, then let me explain it this way. Okay, so never mind this. What I'm trying to say is this. Even though this is a reactivity series, this is probably not a reactivity series reaction. Probably not.
Yeah.
This is acid, and this is what?
Oxide.
I know, but I'm referring to your past knowledge. This is before reactivity series. What kind of oxide is this?
Metal.
Which is, follow, which is what? A metal oxide is?
Insoluble.
Okay. No, of course you're right that it's soluble. That is correct. All you're saying is correct. But I want to remind you that this is basic oxide. The emphasis is on this thing. Is this enough in?
Oh.
Right?
It's just what? Salt and water.
You try lah. That one I won't tell you. But you now know why they will react. Because one is acidic and one is basic.
Okay.
And again, this is not a reactivity series thingy. So happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So give it a try. Write something else for you. Right, Mike, your E and F, okay? I cannot see very clearly.
Doing F right now.
Right. Okay, now it's clear. Great. I like it. Now it's clear. Yeah. Yeah, it's going from clear to unclear, clear to unclear. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay. I cannot read very clearly. You do first. You do first. You do first. Oh dear. Right. Maybe I'll need you to switch to 4G. Yeah. Maybe I'll need you to do that. Okay. Arian,
Can I leave?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that so that we don't get bothered by connection. Please do that.
Then I'll be back.
Yes, I will see. Arian, are you okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mike, I'm following you. It's not, oh dear, yeah, it's not as clear. So maybe just help me zoom a bit, just a bit more. Maybe that'll help. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good to me. It looks good to me. I cannot see the original question, but from what I see like this, it looks
The original question is just differentiate this and
and
differentiate.
then you
differentiate.
haven't differentiate after. So please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Let's go. Aryan, I have a question on the English. Can I ask you something? I have a question on your English. That means the sentence structure. Yeah. So, for example, on AB, the heat absorbed is converted to internal kinetic energy. Sounds very good. After that, only what? Only
So the speed at which
only what? Sorry, only.
the heat is absorbed and converted to internal kinetic energy only. So the speed at which the water molecules move is faster while
Oh my goodness! All right, all right.
the
So it's as if there is a comma after only lah.
Yeah.
Is faster. Okay, now I understand your English. Sorry. Okay, no questions. Right, great. Mike, why do you jump to the second differentiation? Is that the question?
Huh? What?
Why do you jump immediately to the differentiation, the second differentiation?
The
no, it looks sorry. Sorry. I thought it was dy square. My mistake. Right. Okay, my mistake.
Now dy square.
Yeah, it looks like the square because the two from above looks like it's below.
What is dy square?
Never mind. Then never mind. It's just double differentiation. But Mike, do you remember how to test? You remember, right? I hope remember how to test.
Actually, I don't remember.
The neighboring points with the A and the B somewhere. Never mind. We'll copy paste immediately. I do not like how you do this one, but that's because you seem to understand how to do E. So I don't like how you do F, because you seem to know how to do E very well, right? Okay, so let me ask you a question. Here is, so what's dy dx for the Jamboard, please? Please look at the Jamboard.
Dy dx is half.
Right. Why don't you dy dx this guy?
Huh?
Okay, let me give you another example. So this is 1/3, right? Which is 3 minus 1. Okay, can you? So what's dy dx?
-3 to the power of -2. Oh, it's 0.
Why 0? Why 0? Why 0? Why not this? Why not? You have to understand. You don't memorize.
Oh, okay.
Why not? I'll give you two explanations. I'll give you two explanations. Here's the visual one. Please draw y equals to 1/3. Please draw. You can draw it on paper, you can draw on Jamboard. Yeah, please draw the graph of y equals to. Noah, why are you stopping? Sorry.
Or is it like this or no?
Oh, don't wait for me, Lei. Alamak. Don't wait for me. If you're stuck here and you're waiting for me, that's not good at all. Do something else. Are you doing something else just now? Don't wait for me. Don't.
No.
Don't. Never wait for me.
Okay.
Right? As for the result, the result is okay. Let me ask you something. Does your teacher ask you to the graph, Mike? The graph, not the label. The graph.
Y
Does it,
equals to 1/3.
yeah, draw y equals to 1/3. Noah, does your teacher ask you to write down the reaction or not? Most of the time.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I hope that you can write down the reaction because it will make you certain. Because you don't sound certain at all. It probably is
Okay.
solved by the reaction. So let me see some reaction if you want to be certain. Very nice, Mike. That is the correct graph. Look at this graph. Does this graph change?
No.
So what is dy dx? The measure of the change, right? The gradient or the gradient of the graph, right?
Yeah.
Look at the gradient of this graph.
Oh,
The gradient is?
1/. Yeah,
The gradient
0.
is 0. Because why? Because the graph don't change. If the graph does not change, it remains constant. Physics term like constant.
Since dy
How can
dx is equal to
0?
gradient, then m is equal to 0.
Yeah. The dy dx is the gradient. The gradient is the measure of the change. Oh, you don't change. Oh, your gradient is 0. That's what it means. I hope this makes sense. I don't want you to memorize. Understand?
Okay.
So this thing doesn't matter. This thing doesn't matter. Although what you're doing is intentionally good, but it doesn't matter because this guy is a number, which basically means it never changes.
So dy dx in this case is just 0.
Yes. And why am I discussing this with you?
So in this entire thing, this is just 0.
Your F lah. Your F got problem lah. Your F got problem. Okay. Your F got problem. Please check it out. Your F got problem, huh? Your F got problem. Okay.
I got a question.
Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Copper, like unreactive with everything.
No. Copper metal, you mean? Copper metal. Copper metal and copper oxide is different, by the way.
Oh, okay.
By the way, copper is copper. You know the color of copper, right? You know. You have at least seen copper in your life,
right.
no?
Yeah.
Right. What's the color of copper?
Green.
No, that's the copper oxide. Copper is orangey.
Reddish
The
brown.
cable. You did electronics.
Okay.
You did electronics. You strip the cable. The inside of cable is copper cable.
Yeah.
So it's copperish, or orangey or browny. They tell you copper oxide. It's not cable. Copper oxide is not the inside of cable. Copper oxide is black, for example. Totally different from copper. Copper and copper oxide is different. But they both can react. They both do react properly if you give a very strong acid, for example. They do.
Okay.
So the memorization shouldn't be copper don't react. Don't react much, but it does react. Okay. So some reaction.
I think I found the answer.
Reaction for this. And
you don't know how to write that reaction.
No.
I'll write for you something. Mike, this guy is a constant, right? This guy is a constant. Right?
Well,
this guy is a constant. This guy.
Yeah.
So dy dx of this guy is 0 because the graph looks like this guy. Is it a constant?
No.
So why is the dy dx 0? Why?
Oh no, I didn't do it on the Jamboard, I did it on paper.
Oh, sorry. Most excellent. Okay, good. I was following the wrong thing. I like your answer. Clear, yeah? I like your answer. Okay, good. Aryan, are you okay so far?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question. Yeah, this I'm not sure how to go about answering this one.
All right. Before, sorry, just a minute. Noah, would you please balance this? Right. Yes, Aryan, the part C, is it? Apply a call scheme. Okay, right. When he say ideas of molecule, he always simply talks about, the speed of the molecule or the, temperature, our point of view, right? And then speed of molecule, their point of view, or the volume or the pressure. Either one, right? Either one. Either three lah. Can Aryan?
Yeah.
So either talk about the temperature, the pressure, or the volume. And we should talk about the difference in temperature or the difference in this or difference in that. Now, alcohol. So alcohol applied on the skin will produce a cooling effect. Now, according to your understanding, what exactly happened when you put alcohol on the skin?
There's a burning sensation.
Actually, no. Unless it's a broken skin, I agree. It's not. We're not talking about broken skin. You must be thinking about when you are hurt. Okay, you are bleeding, and then you apply alcohol to sterilize the bleeding part. But we are not talking about that. We are talking about during COVID, you have to you have to wash your hand a lot with, rubbing alcohol, and actually they feel cold, kind of. Am I making any sense of it?
Yeah.
All right. So again, what exactly happened? Do you have any idea what happened when alcohol on the skin? Your point of view.
They said that the alcohol gains thermal energy from the surroundings, and the alcohol passes on that thermal energy onto our skin. Sorry, it gains thermal energy from our skin and it passes it on to the surroundings.
Or rather, let me put it another way. Have you seen the water spraying fan in the hawker centers? Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
Right. So why do they spray water? Before you answer, Noah, are you okay with this? If you cannot balance, we'll just leave it here. We'll just leave it here. It's fine.
But isn't it already balanced? This one.
Oh my goodness, my mistake. It is balanced. I'm so sorry. So sorry. So from this reaction, if you can balance, then your answer is a certain. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, so you should be quite happy. Maybe the next question would be nice. Mike, why aren't you moving to the next question?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, sure. So for Aryan, why do the water spray, the fan spray water? Why isn't the wind enough, so to speak?
Because the water gains thermal energy from the surroundings, making the surroundings cooler.
And what happens to the water then when it gains? I don't. How evaporates? So he evaporates, taking some heat from the surrounding, right? Yeah. If it touches your skin, you will feel the water not as hot but as colder, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So alcohol and water is not very different from that sense, except for one thing. Alcohol evaporates at what you notice that the evaporation temperature. You notice that alcohol boils at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
It evaporates easier compared to water, right? Water does not need 100 degrees. Water can evaporate lower. Same thing with alcohol, but alcohol even faster, so to speak, even easier. Now, is that enough of a hint, or do you need more?
I think I need more.
All right. So imagine instead of the water being sprayed to you, it's now spraying alcohol to you, okay? Not spraying to your eye, that would be burning, but just spraying to your skin. Your skin will feel cold, very similarly to how if the water is sprayed to your skin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the alcohol, which is liquid, will take heat not just from the surrounding, but from your skin directly. And then the alcohol will evaporate, and you describe all that using the molecular point of view, which is either the speed, the temperature, the pressure, or the volume, right? Is this enough or you need more?
Yeah.
All right, let me see your sentence. Okay. Mike, are you stuck?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to...
Mike, that's not
okay,
root T, yeah? Your cert, not good, huh? That's not root T, please. That is not root
oh,
T.
it's half. Then,
Yes, please. What is your question? What is your next question on chemistry? No? Is it this one?
Oh, this one, since you said x displayed, the x displaced, is it x displaced by something or something get
Displaced
displaced by
as.
x?
Right, right. Now, the first thing you want to be very clear about this, right? So that everything you can do. Huh? Okay. Now, this is obviously a metal reactivity thingy lah, because they talk about displacement a lot, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, notice. Oh my goodness! You know, sometimes I wish that you join. You should just join the holiday tuition. Sometimes I wish that. So the metal, right? Metal W, X, Y, Z, and then salt. I'll put here salt X. You tell me immediately, metal X and salt X, are they different or are they the same?
Same.
You have a big problem.
Oh,
Metal X is, okay, fine, metal X. Give me an example of metal.
copper.
Okay, copper. So let's say copper lah, no problem, right? You know what copper looks like. Metal copper, okay, from electronics. Salt copper is totally not this, wrong. Salt copper confirm is this one. Confirm. Even though they write it as X, salt copper is confirmed this. Now, ask you a question first. This and that, are they the same to you? To you?
No.
Okay, they are very different to me, right? They are very different to me. But of course, the way they write seems to obscure the fact that they are different. They are very different. Okay, they're very different. Huh?
Okay.
They're very different, right? So when he says something like this, X displaced, then we understand what that means. If you know this, so X, right? So this is not X, this is like X plus, for example, because it's ionic, it's not metallic. So when he say X displaced, the only thing it could have meant is that X plus becomes X. Therefore, W is W, right? Not W plus, right? W become W plus or something like that.
Okay.
The point is the X started as ion, he becomes metallic. The W start as metallic, it becomes ionic.
So the X is more reactive.
Sorry, you're saying?
X is more reactive than this.
X is more reactive. Okay, now you have a chemistry. Just now there was a reading problem lah. The chemistry language lah. The chemistry language is confusing that way. So not exactly your fault. You still have to read properly. But your answer just now, I think, means that you have a chemistry concept problem already. Right. Okay, so sodium, right? Example lah. And here's copper lah.
Yeah.
The reactivity series your teacher have asked you to memorize, right?
Yeah.
So reactivity series, I only write two things. Sodium is definitely above copper. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Now in holiday tuition, I explained to everybody. The reactivity series is not like that one. It's incomplete. It's actually like that. And what I'm trying to say is the sodium and the copper have its own mirror image below, but the ion side lah. So copper has copper 2 plus, sodium has sodium plus. You're more higher here, you're lower here, you're lower here, you're higher here. It's a mirror image. Okay. So good. Now let me explain why this is important. Because sodium, they say, is more reactive, right? More reactive, less reactive, right? So when sodium meets copper 2 plus, copper will go like that, and sodium will go like that.
Yeah.
Right? The more reactive one will jump down, and then as a result, the less reactive one, the ion, however, will jump up. Now, this is less reactive, and this is less reactive. Right? So one more time, reactive, less reactive, less reactive, less reactive. Can?
Okay.
So the sodium become very much less reactive, and the copper 2 plus becomes more reactive actually. Okay, he is becoming unhappy. He is becoming happier. Reactive to less reactive, stable, he becomes very, very happy. This one becomes actually more reactive than this one, correct? This is more reactive than this one. So he becomes unhappier. But how come he accepts this condition? Because look at the increase of happiness. The increase of happiness beats the increase of unhappiness. So he accepts that situation. Can you?
Okay.
Yeah. So now back to x and y, right? So x plus started where? X plus started below, right? X plus is here. W is here. However, we don't know whether x is here. We don't know. Unfortunately, we don't. Right? All he tells us is x is displaced. So x is displaced means from x plus, right? Become x.
Yeah.
And therefore the W becomes like that. W plus something like that. Can I accept?
Yeah.
So does this look like W is more reactive or less reactive than X?
More reactive.
Yeah. Does this make sense? I have to explain everything from the start. This is basically why I explain Holy Division. Really.
Yeah.
I summarize everything. Okay. Okay. So let's see whether you can work out the rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Take your time. Aryan, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm having doubts about this question.
Question 12, you mean? Let me read.
Yeah.
People who use coffee making machine must be careful not to injure. Yeah, okay. Why a jet of steam is more dangerous than a mass of boiling water? All right. Okay. So if you have seen a coffee making machine, he uses very hot water, right?
Yeah.
However, very hot water will boil, and therefore there's that steam, right?
Yeah.
The steam is very similar to the rice cooking machine. If you have cooked rice before, the steam comes out. Okay.
Yeah.
You have no idea why steam, which is H2O gas, right,
But
can be more dangerous than H2O water, I suppose. Boiling water.
I have an answer, but I'm kind of I have like doubts about it.
Please tell me what you're thinking.
Is it because there's a steam of water has higher internal potential energy since the particles are further apart? Therefore, they have like higher energy, so it causes like a worse burn than water.
So the worser burn, I will take it as grade, right? However, the fact that they are more apart means they are less dense, something like that. So actually, the further apart is less dangerous, if that makes sense to you. You probably shouldn't mention that in terms of more dangerous. It's actually less. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Secondly, the way you mentioned it, you already talk about the point of view of the particle, which is great. What I take from your thinking is that you're simply saying the steam has higher temperature than boiling water, is what you're saying. Right? You're referring to the higher potential energy, which is the gas, right?
Yeah.
And then you're saying that, okay, because of that, it is more dangerous. That's actually not wrong. But the gas is less dense. So actually, it counters the more dangerous part of the higher potential energy. It counters.
Oh.
Right? Because you are more potential, but you're also less dense. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. So he must be aiming something else. He must be aiming something else. So I'll say that, for example, boiling water does not go up. So in order for you to be hurt by a boiling water, you have to dip your hand into the boiling water, which is nobody will do that. Or the boiling water must be poured which is in a coffee making machine, it's very difficult to happen. Okay, but the steam will escape upward, right? So you don't have to dunk your hand into a steam. The steam may come to you, or the steam may spray up and hurt your hand or your face or anything, basically. I think that's basically the reason why steam is more dangerous, because it can spray further than the boiling water. Again, think about this. If the steam is spraying at you and the boiling water is spraying at you, both is very painful. Which one do you think is more painful?
The boiling water.
Because it's more dense, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but boiling water do not do that. Do not spray itself to you. The steam does though. It's steam, it goes up, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so although again the potential energy thingy is higher, I agree, but there's the density part also. Right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Mike, where are you? I cannot follow your working. Are you okay? For the, can I see your the working before this, just to make sure? Right. The one on top, please. The one with T. Yeah, looks good too. Looks good too. Oh, you have your chain door. I like it. Right. Go down the F. Go down the F. I like. Thank you. I what? Mike, why? You're doing very well. And then you forget how to confirm. That's why you miss all this. Please check your H. I want you to find your mistake, okay? You were doing very well at H. And then you made a mistake. Please find it.
My age is correct.
H somewhere. F, sorry, F. Your F, which is HX.
Yeah, my H check is correct.
No, it's not. You mean you check the answer key?
Yeah.
Check one more time. Noah, are you start?
Like this. I'm reading on chemistry, so I'm not doing nothing.
So which reading is confusing? Let's settle the reading part.
No. As in, I'm reading my textbook to see if there's
right. Yeah, Mike, you are correct there. Then you add another step. That messes up everything.
I add another step.
Mike, how come I'm...
Oh, it's the two, or it's supposed to be, yeah.
Okay, I don't like that you do not see your mistake. Even though that's a hard thing, I do not like that. You should be seeing your mistake, right? Okay, especially when it's hinted already that it's there. Okay.
Oh.
Right. Please see your own mistake.
Yeah.
Right. Looking good.
That's it's just like this. Is it?
Yeah. What is the question? What is the question?
Oh, no more. It's just that my textbook don't have anything on displacement of metals.
Never mind your textbook. Like seriously, never mind. Just never mind your textbook. Okay. If you understand what I'm explaining to you, it should be good enough. So try to understand what I'm explaining to you. Now, what is your problem here in question 10?
No more.
Are you sure? Your answer will be
B.
B, right? Your answer is B.
It's B.
I'm checking it. B, I don't think you're correct. I don't think you're correct. Yeah, I don't think you're correct. I will explain this way. Okay, I'll explain this way. Remember that the reactivity series has a mirror image. Yes.
Yeah.
Then the B, you're saying that most reactive. So if I put the most reactive, the Y is on top or the bottom?
On top.
So Y, W, Z, X. That's the answer for B, lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm looking at this one and this one, right? I'm looking at this one and this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So when he says salt of Y, are we talking about Y or Y plus?
Y plus.
Right. So I have Y plus here, right? Which is the bottom. And then W. Well, metal W is W or W plus?
W.
Right. So here, right? Now, if
Yeah.
Y is displaced, what does it mean for Y to be displaced? Is it from like that or is it like that?
Up.
And so
sorry,
the
I'll
W
be
goes
back.
down, right? Okay, Mike.
Yeah, hold on.
Right? Now, look at this and look at that. Is it possible or not? Visually, you can see already. Okay, I'll put it this way, Noah. This is not what your teacher explained. The jump up is higher than the jump down, correct? Whereas here, totally different. The jump down is bigger than the jump up.
Okay.
Everybody knows that jumping down is easier than jumping up. Everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
if you jump up higher than jump down, to keep it the simplest way, it does not happen.
Yeah.
But if your jump down is bigger than your jump up, yes, it happens.
Okay.
So by this, we know B is wrong by this, because there must be a mistake somewhere in B. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So I explained to you why B is wrong. You still have to figure out who is correct.
I thought you said B is correct.
No, I say B is wrong. I say B is wrong.
Oh.
I say
Then
B
is
is
C
wrong.
correct?
I never.
Because I put C.
You check. You check using this method. If you want to be able to do this in exam, you use this method, it will be okay. Very good. Okay. Aryan, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is all pluses, means they are cations. They are ions. And the way you do it is totally wrong. Right? It's a mirror image. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, those are cations. Just to, okay, then you have to check whether this is correct according to this one. Yep. So is the jump down bigger or smaller than the jump up? Right. So is that good or impossible? Noah, are you muted?
Good.
Good. Right. So you check one already. Great. Hopefully you can check the rest and you can insert them.
Okay.
Sorry, Aryan, do you want me to see your sentence? Is that what you want me to see? No.
No, this one.
You mean part C, is it?
Yeah.
Right. I cannot understand C because I need to see the previous question.
Oh no, I don't have a question.
Oh, sure. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, Noah, you did your check, yeah? Okay, right. There is a faster way, but for now, do this check often so that you become faster lah. Then we can talk about the faster way. Okay. Again, Noah, can I confirm that this check is easy to understand and easy to use lah in exam? You're muted, Noah. Don't mute, please.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So try to use this. Aryan, can I see you're working? I think there's a problem. Yeah. Now, why are you stopping here? Okay, Mike. Aryan, are you stuck or are you just reading?
So I'm just reading.
Okay. Okay. Feel free to do. Feel free to do. Okay, it's divide. Okay, good. Oh dear, Aryan, can I see the question? I think there is something wrong. I think there's something wrong. Okay, look at your Zoom. Let me see the question. Thank you. Okay, oh dear. Okay, good. Can I see part B then? Okay, can I see the part C then? Okay. Oh dear. Okay, look at the question one more time. Okay, so just to be very clear, Aryan, just want to confirm this. Who is losing heat and who is gaining heat?
The copper block is losing heat. The calorimeter and the water is gaining.
Very good, very good. At this point, we can say the heat lost by the copper block, 63,000 joule, right? Is fully absorbed by the calorimeter and the water, right?
Yeah.
You actually, the question guides you in B, asks you to find what is the Q absorbed by calorimeter. It's not a lot, right? It's not a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the Q gained by water?
It's 33,600.
Which does not seem to be 63,000 minus, what was that? 2,000 something?
2,690.
Yeah, 33,000 does not seem to be 63,000 minus 2,000.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's weird?
Yeah, it is.
If it is weird, you have to think about it. Or have you thought about it? I think the question is guiding you very much like that. Like you probably have to think about that. Okay, are you thinking about it already? Ken?
Yeah.
I think I have to give you a hint. Yeah? What happened to water? Tell me what happened to the water.
Oh wait, does it
The question tells you a lot of hints. What
vaporize?
happens to the water?
It vaporizes.
That's not the only thing that happens. Please, that is not the only thing that happens to the water. Look, 100 grams of water at 20 degree, right?
Yeah.
So what happens to the water?
Yeah, the temperature increases.
Okay, from
wait.
20 to,
It boils.
and then it boils. Do you understand? There are two things that happen. Do you think about that? Is there a possibility here? Is the question phrasing it that way?
Oh yeah.
All right. Enough hint. Need to do a little bit more change lah to part C lah, I believe.
But then I'm not really sure now how to do it.
You take your calculator, 63,000 minus what?
Minus 27.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Do that. Do that, please. Show your calculator. Mike, are you waiting for me? I hope not.
No.
All right. Right. So show me, Aryan. I can see the number. Now this number, 60,000 something. Huh? This 60,000 something is absorbed by the water. What is 60,000 something used for, Aryan?
Is it used for the boiling?
Aryan, you're thinking about one thing. Are you sure you're supposed to think about only one thing?
Is it used for boiling and evaporating?
When you say boiling, what does that mean? Sorry. When you say boiling, what does that mean?
It means that the water vaporizes.
What's the difference between boiling and vaporizing that? One more time, Aryan. One more time. Think, think. This is very important. The water starts from where?
20 degrees Celsius.
All right. Then a very hot copper, boom, into the water. What will happen to the water first?
The temperature increases
From?
20 to 100.
And then?
And then it starts boiling.
So 60,300 joule is used for what?
It's used to increase the water to a boiling point.
And then?
And then start boiling.
If there is excess, yeah. It seems that the question hints to you very clearly that there is excess joule. Is this enough hint?
Yeah.
Or you need, okay, please do that. Huh? Please do that. Mike, do you have a question? Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, we did that. We did this in holiday tuition. Yeah. You found P. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Good. Okay. I can only follow you until P, until you find P, but looks good to me. Okay. Ryotaro, you can hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Yes. Please continue until all of us are done. Okay. I'll be with Aryan and Mike first. Mike, are you done with the question?
Almost.
Right. Oh dear. Aryan, stop. Sorry, because time is the tuition is almost up. Again, one more time. 60,320 joule is used for what? You don't think like that. 60,320 joule is used for what?
It's used for boiling and increasing the temperature.
Do you know? Yeah, I have to ask this. Do you know how much joule for boiling and how much joule for raising temperature? Do you know now? The way you do this, you are just assuming that it is for boiling only. What's the difference with what you did just now? You use a different number, true, but you never think in terms of they are used for two things. You don't think like that. how much joule is needed to put the water from 20 to 100. Can you calculate that?
Yes.
Please calculate that. Yeah, Mike, sorry, I cannot see your working because the pen is covering. Do you want me to see something?
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks great to me. I'm checking very quickly. You have the Q, you have the P, and then you find the other coordinate. I like it. How's the answer key?
So he says it's right.
Looks good to me though. I think your logic is fine and dandy. Looks good, right? Anything, now you know why I asked you not to do 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D lah. Now you know why. There are more challenging questions to do lah.
I guess.
Right? Yeah. Don't do easy stuff in tuition, please lah. Please, right? Anything more challenging, the homework, than this?
I don't think so. No, it's well.
This
the
looks
last
like
question, so I guess
looks
not.
very good to me. For now, it looks very good to me. I'm happy. I'm proud.
Okay.
See you on Tuesday then. Right?
Okay.
All right. Bye, Mike.
Bye, God.
Aryan, the phrasing is not Q needed. The phrase is not Q needed, Q used. Yeah, it's not needed, used to boil water. So what do you do with 226,720? The first one is Q needed. The first one is Q needed. Fine. Q used is fine. Q is fine. No complaint. So what do you do with 26,000 something?
You use and divide 2,300,000 from it.
Finally, do you understand where your mistake was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to think about two things. Okay, in exam, you expect this to happen. You expect the question to deal with two situations, not just one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This should answer your doubts. Should lah. Okay. Right. Oh, we don't have time left. Good. I'm glad that we covered this very important question. Can you do question 14 by yourself? Is that your last question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, question 14 also like exam type question. So it'll be a good time spent if you understand question 14. Mass of water. What is that mass of water? Mass of water what?
That has a vaporized.
Yeah, that's vaporized. Which is smaller or bigger than 100 gram?
It's smaller.
Right. That makes sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I will see you on Tuesday then.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Ryotaro. Where are you, Ryotaro?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ryotaro. Won't take too much of your energy. Tell me what's happening today.
So I took the break on Friday
Mm-hmm.
and Saturday, and then after service, I was like checking what assignment I have to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then suddenly I see got like so many I forgot I had to do.
Right.
I didn't imagine it'd be so much.
Right.
Yeah, it's not just like homework. It's like some stuff I forgot I have to prepare for DSA.
Right.
For JC, yeah.
What was the JC thing? I'm sorry, I've never heard about it.
There's one that everyone in my class has to do. It's I think the teacher is supposed to write some recommendation letter or something. Then you're supposed to like they gave you a template, and then you have to write your qualities and like your achievements. Then they'll like see and write for you. I don't know what that is for, but
this is a serious thing, or this is just a practice for English?
a serious one. They'll use it next time. I mean, I'll use it for admission.
Never heard this being used for GC admission. I'm learning something new here. I'm really learning something new. I don't think the JC system uses a system where somebody has to read all the recommendation letters.
I'm not sure. I know the judo DSA, like they'll read your
DSA,
coach
yes. DSA.
teacher recommendation. Yeah.
But JC, you
I'm
don't
not
have
sure
DSA
why.
one.
Yeah. That's why I'm not sure why they ask, but it's compulsory. I have to do
No problem. Which teacher is asking you to do this?
form teacher.
Which is, well, the subject doesn't
Bio
matter.
teacher.
Bio,
Yeah.
right. I'm learning something new, so I'll just assume that this is needed. Okay. Okay, sure. Now let's talk about today a bit. Just talk about today a bit. In the near future, not just today, you will probably foresee a kind of busy or packed Sunday, right? Especially when you're resting on Friday and Saturday. You think about it for a while. Do you regret resting on Friday and Saturday?
Not really.
Me too.
Because if I didn't rest, I think I would be like, I'll do it very grudgingly, like all the homework. I'll be very bad mood.
And I don't even think that you'll produce something also, right? Don't think you'll learn something also. And not even to mention that what will happen tomorrow on Monday, right? What will happen then?
Yeah.
Right. So I like it. I like that you keep resting. I like that you don't think about it. I think you should. So all I'm trying to say is that how should we arrange ourselves from Sunday lunch to now, I suppose, right? So you can use your time and what to do when you're faced with so many things. Now, obviously today is already like that. So how do you feel about today? How did you use your energy from Sunday lunch, right, until now? And are you happy about it?
I mean, the studying was effective, but I didn't do as much as I wanted to do. Like I learned stuff, but it's still, I still have things to do.
Are you talking about the arc and sector thingy, or is it something else?
Yeah,
what
that's
did you
one
study?
of the assignments. I did. Yeah, that one. There's a test revision worksheet the teacher printed out, so I'm doing that one now.
Cool.
Then I have to do bio TYS because it's due tomorrow. I think math also due tomorrow. Yeah.
Right.
Study a bit of geography and chemistry. Then the DSA thing. I mean the admission. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit.
I haven't even done my Chinese tuition homework.
There's a Chinese tuition homework.
Yeah, she said she wants me to do minimum 30 minutes a day every day and then submit to her. Then if I don't submit, she'll chase me.
Let's say I'm a jealous teacher. I also want to give you homework.
OMG. No.
Yeah. Maybe I should, right? Maybe I should. Right. Okay. When I see you on Tuesday, is there any exam?
I think the nearest is Thursday.
Which is geography?
Geography.
Okay. Like this. Yes, I'll just be very quick. Okay. From what you have done today, have you prepared for tomorrow? Yeah, that's my question.
For tomorrow?
I mean the class. So again, just like this. What you have done today, is it like finishing, your debt? You have debt, this homework and everything. That's great. You have to do that, sure. But have you also prepared so that tomorrow your school is very effective? More effective, whatever.
80%.
Sorry?
80 80%.
You're 80% prepared for tomorrow. You're correct? Like that?
I think so.
You're very
Yeah.
good. When you say you're prepared, you mean that you have done all your homework, which is supposed to be due tomorrow, or you are prepared for the class or whatever learning you're supposed to do tomorrow?
As in like, because it's not like I rush everything today. I purposely did some stuff in school so that I knew I would rush on Sunday, so I had to like
Good.
study on Friday and Thursday, like
Good.
extra a bit.
Good.
Then yeah, the homework just like one more question.
Good.
Then done. The JC thing still not. That's why the 20% is the JC thing, I guess.
Right. Right. Must be something about a template, right? Because the template is supposed to be like a standard thing. So must be something about a template that's confusing you.
Yeah, I don't really know what to write for my qualities thing. I don't want to sound too like vain and then make it seem like I'm not sure how to balance like a good way to describe myself without sounding arrogant and still get accepted.
Accepted by your form teacher or what?
No, like if whoever like the JC teacher reading or whatever, like they'll find me as like a good candidate. Like they would pick me over other students. I'm not sure what is a good thing to write. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I say a few facts. So you will be accepted based on L1 R5 to a JC. So if your L1 R5 is good, that's all you need to say at the end. If your L1 R5 is bad, no matter what you say, doesn't matter. I'm just making a guess here. It's a guess, right? Maybe your recommendation letter will matter when they are supposed to choose the same L1 R5, which is to say the lowest limit of L1 R5. So let's say the lowest limit of L1 R5 for the JC you want to go in is give me a number, L1 R5. What, 13, 14, 15, 12, 10, 7?
Let's say 10.
The JC you want to go in is 10. Okay. Let's say your L1 R5 is 9. Your recommendation letter doesn't matter. It's 9. It's above 10. Okay. There are many people with 10. You are 9. Finish. Okay. If your L1 R5 is 11, your recommendation doesn't matter. There are so many people with 10. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But let's say they have to choose between 10 and 10, and you are 10. Then I suppose the system works like, okay, maybe there the recommendation letter matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why I tell you this is not that what you're doing is useless. That's not what I'm saying. What you're doing is probably useful. You have to do your CV anyway. This called a CV for working adults, right? I'm telling you this because I hope you will lessen the pressure, or put a proper expectation of how useful this thing is. In what kind of context? I'm telling you because of that. Hoping that it will lessen pressure or make it not as if it matters as a whole. Where does it matter, right? So putting things in perspective. Am I doing that to you right now?
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
but I have a question.
Yes.
A bit unrelated, but
yes. Go ahead.
So I had a thought that maybe if I drop to combined science, like physics and chem combined, and then keep pure bio, and then if I want to apply for DSA, but it's like a pretty good school, like for example maybe Nanyang JC,
Okay.
for judo, then will they still accept if I do combined science, or will they only accept pure science?
Okay. The prerogative is on each JC. That's what I understand. Okay. It's up to every JC. Again, I told you the reasoning. What is the subject combo that you want? You go DSA for judo, right?
Yeah.
You're not confident with your O level. That's what you're saying, no? To go to Nanyang JC, right? So a few things here. I strongly suggest that you go to a JC which is nearer to your home. I'm serious about this. Don't waste time in transportation, and which has something that attracts you, be it CCA, which is a very fair thing, or the subject combo that you like, which matters for you in the next step, something like that. So distance matters a lot because you'll be very tired if you don't manage that. I'm not sure whether your father can drive you to a very far GC, is what I'm trying to say, right? Every day. And then the CCA is probably something that is important, and the subject combos, right? So let's say you DSA to that school and the school is far. I strongly ask you to reconsider. I strongly ask you. It's very tiring, the transportation, right? Just want to say that, right? So now, the question you ask is the subject combo. Whether you can get the subject combo if you don't fulfill the usual requirement. Probably not. So you'll be accepted to the JC for judo, right? That's the basis of your acceptance.
Yeah.
Right. But the subject combo, you may be forced to take something that you don't want because of the combi. The combi doesn't disturb your DSA, but it disturbs your subject combo. But that's just the same if you don't use DSA. Let's be clear. Let's say your L1 R5 is 10 and you get accepted because of 10, so not DSA. You still cannot take the subject combo if the JC does not allow combi science. Clear first? What I'm saying? Clear first? Clear?
Yeah.
The DSA is just a replacement for the L1 R5. It cannot take over the subject combo requirement. Again, since subject combo requirement is per JC, I think you should still go for a subject combo that you like and the JC allow, balance it with the distance, and the CCA comes third. Because the time for CCA is not that much. You suffer tremendously if you take a subject combo that you're being forced to. I don't know how to say this. No, I can say this. You're taking triple science right now, right?
Yeah.
So let's say on JC1, you grow. This is you, right? You have grown very much. The subject difficulty also grow. Here's your triple science. Okay, right now maybe you feel like that, okay?
Yeah.
So if you drop the combo, you're hoping to lower this, which I totally agree. I think you should lower your workload. Focus on quality. But if you, after you grow, you're forced to take a subject combo that you dislike, it won't feel like this, it will feel like that. It'll feel like that. The subject combo matters. You should aim for something that even though it's hard, you will at least still enjoy, probably. Not hard and cannot enjoy. You'll die. Needlessly someone.
But what if it's I get accepted and then the combo they offer me is like not the hardest one, but it's like a subject I enjoy, like maybe lit, not very sciencey class.
Okay, so let's talk about the uni. I think that's the only thing that you should concern about. So does the subject combo affect, your uni choices, If not, then you'll suffer again in uni. No point, right? Correct. So I give you the information already. 3H2, 1H1. That's the only thing you have to choose. You have to choose 4 things, right? So now you can choose like this, 2 sciencey stuff and 2 humanity stuff. I think it's suitable for you, by the way, I think. So math H2, because math H2 is the most course opening thingy in uni. And then take another science, which is also the most opening one. if it is possible. That means either chem or physics. If you're taking bio, your option is very limited, but you can get to sciencey stuff with math H2 and bio H2. You can. It's just very limited. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Because that's what you seem to enjoy the most. The literature H2, you will probably enjoy. And then the H1, choose whatever.
Oh.
The question is,
Yeah, I don't mind that subject combination.
the question is, which JC have this combo? That's always the first question. Oh, you like this? Check first lah, Ryota. You must use some time to research maybe 5 to 6 JC because you'll probably be interested in at most 5 anyway. Research them first. They will immediately tell you whether they will offer you like this or not, because there's a chance that they won't. Okay, then you have to find a compromise. Usually, either the compromise is here on the science side or on the humanities side. That is what I believe you must do. It only takes probably 1 hour to research 5 GC. Have you done that before, by the way?
No, I only look at because my school was looking at the polys, so I only did polys for now.
And that's why they talk about recommendation letters lah. For poly, recommendation letter makes more sense, I think. Okay, for GC, it makes not less sense. It makes sense only in a very specific situation. The situation I told you lah. Okay. Do you have 3 minutes? I just share you my screen and we'll do a very simple subject combo research. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Right. So for some reason you mentioned Nanyang JC. I follow lah, right? I don't know.
Because it's the closest.
Okay.
It's
I don't
very
know.
close.
I like very close. I like it. Let's see subjects offered in any GC. We're looking for subject combo, not just subject, right? Scoring, verify, subject combo. This is the subject offered. This is not what you want to look for. You want to look for the subject combo. Understand?
Okay.
Right? People only see this when they are very interested in very weird stuff like computing. Do you have computing? Oh, I have computing. Okay, great, right? Do I have further mathematics? Oh, I have further mathematics. As you can tell, the option is not a lot. All these are very standard here. Art, Chinese language, economics, geography, history, literature, English are very standard. Oh, so Malay language and literature is not very standard. Oh, I want that. Translation from Chinese is also not standard. Oh, I like it. They have it. If not, then this is not what you're looking for. Okay? You're looking for the combo. So requirement for taking no, you don't need that. For taking H2 subject, let's look at this first. You have no requirement for the H2 biology, for example, right? Or H2 physics or H2 math.
No requirement.
Yeah.
No
so
requirement.
for some reason, they never mention something like this. Some other school will say you must obtain B3 at A math to take H2 math. Some school will say that. Some school won't. You must take pure physics, pass pure physics. It's just a pass. You must pass pure physics to take H2 physics. Or some school will say, you must have combined science A to take pure physics, to take H2 physics. But this one doesn't seem to mention that. Okay, good look. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're looking for is the subject combo, which I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. Oh my gosh, where's the subject combo? Subject combination. Subject, no. A guide to choose the open house subject combo. I don't know. Say yes to NG. Okay, yes to login. So can I do that? Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't tell me don't tell me all the standard stuff. Don't. Yeah, see, they tell you the subjects offered. Subjects offered national. Sorry, you're Nanyang, not national. See, in National Junior College, just for example, there's subject combo. See, okay, subject combo.
Yeah.
Okay, click that. Blah 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 blah. This is very standard. Blah 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 blah. Wait. Please don't give. It's very difficult to read like this. Please don't do that. No. This is combination for arts. Let's see your arts first. Let's see whether this fulfill what you want. I don't think so. Can you read this? You must take H2 econs, right? No matter what combo you take in arts, you must take econs. You can take your H2 math if you want to. That's called 4H2, and then we die. So we don't do that. Okay? We don't do that. So the arts combo is really 3 humanities and 1 math. The 3 humanities is enough to kill, I was told is enough to kill most humanities students because H2 history is crazy already. Crazy in terms of content. I was told.
Oh.
So probably you also cannot take this kind of arts combos. Cannot. Understand? Unless you're very oriented and you still have to maintain your H2 math, you just die. That's called, I don't know, penta science. I don't know. That's probably the workload that you'll be facing. Now, let's look at science 1, 2, 3, 4. You read for yourself. Okay. Do you see the combo that you want? No, right? This is almost all, sciencey stuff, 3 sciencey stuff. Correct?
Yeah.
So cannot this. Now let's look at science 5, 6, 7, 8.
No.
No. Biology chem. No.
Yeah, they don't.
Biology, no. You're stuck with chemistry. See my point? You need this, You need this. You need this subject combo information from Nanyang JC. Because distance does that. Because you probably won't get what you want. You have to compromise and you have to think about whether you want to live with the compromise. Let me state this. This is infinitely more important than crafting a good recommendation letter. Infinitely more important.
Okay.
It determines every week of your JC life.
But if I take like every single subject I enjoy, will it? But the subjects are not very sciencey. Like maybe only maths, then the rest all humanity. Will it like affect my university?
Let's talk about Let's talk about a real option. So, for example, give me example. Give me example.
Let's see.
Literature and English, you probably like, right?
Yeah.
H2 econs, H2 literature and English. I don't think you'll die. I don't think. You'll probably be fine. The problem is with the third H2 and the fourth subject. So what will be your third H2 and your fourth subject?
What's KI?
Knowledge and inquiry. Knowledge and inquiry is an philosophy. That's the best way to describe knowledge and inquiry. It's philosophy.
Oh. But only one of them has KI.
You like philosophy?
Is it a weird subject?
No. There are two. Here, you are.
Oh.
Oh, this is a very weird combo. I've never seen this combo before where all of them are 4H2. This is a very special program. I don't think you can get in very easily. This one. You are probably looking at this. Probably. Wow, you cannot take H1 math. 4H2 are very special. Okay, just want to say. So maybe maybe H2 econs, H2 literature and English, H2 English language and linguistic, or KI, either philosophy or very specialized study of English, right? and then
Yeah.
H2 math.
Seems,
Or,
but then there's no science there. A bit. Is that
oh,
like
H2
a
math. H2
consequence
math
to
is
that?
science. H2 math is science.
Huh?
H2
But
math.
not physics or chemistry.
No, yeah, I know. There's no H2 physics, there's no H2 chemistry, there's no H2 biology, right? I know, but there's H2 math. H2 math is still the #1 requirement. Still, okay. So what closes the science door is this thing, no? H2 econ, H2 literature, H2 English and linguistics, and then H1 math. H1 math closes all science door. All. The moment you take H1 math, everything is closed. Well, except maybe one, maybe. That's just how you think about it. Easy lah. Okay. So will you die with H2 econ, H2 literature English, H2 KI? I have no idea how that works, and H2 math. Probably you will die, but at least you enjoy. Right? The enjoyment is in the workload.
Like very difficult.
No. The work. You right now, you're a hard worker, right? Resting counts as hard working. Yeah. Stop the nonsense about not resting, right? If you rest, you can do hard. But you're not very effective. You're getting there. Right? You're getting there. So you have your hard work and then you're making it more effective. Things are good. H2 econ, H2 lit English, H2 KI, H2 math will require very high degree of effectiveness, high amount of hard work, and also the proper talent, which at least when you say you enjoy, I assume that you have the proper level of talent, really. Okay. But your study habit better be very, very, very good, and you better be prepared to hard work. Plus, you still do judo some.
Yeah.
So it's a very challenging thing to go through, but it might be very satisfying. So, the plus minus is very clear. Okay. So are we using this as an example? What will happen to you after graduation from JC? Is this the example we're using? Like that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say you work very hard, you establish a good work habit, all those good stuff, right, that you can carry over to uni. How does your uni option look like? This is very easy for you to see. I want you to see this. So let's go for NTU first. NTU course requirement. You have never seen this before.
Wait, but I'm not really interested in Singapore University.
This is new. Tell me more.
It's always been like either Japan or Australia.
Your father didn't say
University.
that. This is your father does not say that. Your father say a local.
No, I've never ever wanted. I always say overseas. I've never said NUS or NTU, not even once. Maybe he wants local. Yeah, but I've never wanted to study Singapore University.
Your responsibility. Although NTU and US serves a good proxy, a good baseline. Like if NTU and US expect this, then you should expect Japan universities to expect the same thing, right? Fair, yeah? I assume that you want to go to a good university. That's my assumption. Right? So Japan. Okay. Australia, I assume that you also want to go to the better one, UNSW, Melbourne, Sydney, maybe. Because the second grade one will accept almost anything. The third grade, no need to say already. I assume that you want to go to the better one. I assume. I just want to say this about Australia, Rotaro. Australia, whether you go to the first grade or the third grade, everything is very expensive. It makes it easier because they're happy that you pay. So it's easier to get it. You have to pay. That's the maybe some sort of like opposite with the local university. You don't have to pay a lot. It's very cheap. Then universities in Singapore are very cheap for its quality, you know, like world-class quality. You can say that. You can say that about Singapore University. You may not like it, I know, but it's very cheap. But you have to earn it. You have to earn it. You have to earn the place. Japan, I have no comment. My problem with you is that you probably have to do your own research about the Japanese prerequisite. Okay, so now I'll use NTU as a proxy. Okay, for a good Japan university, they'll probably be expecting a similar thing to an NTU. Okay, okay. So don't reject this comparison first. Keeping it very simple. I've never seen this before. This looks new, right? This looks very new. Yeah? There you go. There you go. There you go. So here they mention something like this. So here's the program name. And then here's the prerequisite, right? All these are non-science. They ask for H1 math in GC, can? Or O-level equivalent pass in A math. I confirm with the H1 taker in math. H1 math is O-level A math. Confirm. They're just like that one. So you know what you're getting into. Okay, very easy, right? So now let's talk about sciencey stuff. Sciencey stuff, no sciencey stuff, sciencey stuff. Okay, now just look at the word and when you see more than one prerequisite, it will always be math and something else. Doesn't matter what the subject is. Look at it. All sciencey stuff. So what do you see? Math, H2, and something else, right? So we're looking for a...
I only can see prerequisite. Yeah, I cannot see the full thing. My phone is covering.
Oh, you're in a phone.
Yeah. Oh, wait, now I can see. I just turned it landscape.
Okay, yeah, you should, right? So just look at this, just read it very, very easy as is two prerequisite. It's never one, okay? Something and something, right?
Yeah.
This one is something and something and something. Okay? So whenever it's and, it will always be H2 math and something else. Clear, yeah? So all we're looking for is prerequisite where there is only one. Is there something like that? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are all n. So you know that H2 math, even H2 math is not enough. So let's just go scroll very, very down. Okay, this is n, some more. That's worse. N. Okay. Oh, there's an or. There's an or here. Here. What is it?
Maritime Studies.
Maritime Studies. Bachelor of Science. Study the sea stuff. Simple. The ships, the navigation, the logistics. Okay. H1 math. H1 math, not H2. Or. Okay. Quite easy to get it. In terms of requirement. The rest, there will be the N. Okay, shall we scroll down?
Yeah.
Okay. N. So N. This is N. Everything. I'm scrolling down again. N. Everything. N. There's no. This is the N. Everything is N. Well, there's this. there's environmental earth science system, H1 math, and H2 economics. There's that. Environmental earth science system and public policy and global affairs. Sounds more humanities, even though it's Bachelor of Science. So H1 math and H2 level in, well, and a good, oh, no, this is still a bit science. Okay. So the biological science will have less emphasis on math. So H1 math, but H2 biology. There you go. This might be your thing. If you're talking about H2 biology and H2 math, for example, this might be your thing. This might be your thing.
What about the non-sciences, like a business or something like that?
Let's look for
Those kind of course.
But before that, please note that H2 math and H2 biology seems to open up a lot of option in NTU. Seems to. Let's say sometimes they'll say if you don't take H2 physics, then at least give me an O-level physics, something like that, for a certain subject which they know will be hard if they don't have a physics background, right? So they're being very fair to you. You take biology, sure, as long as you have some sort of physics from O-level, I think I can take you in. Okay, so H2 math and H2 biology, not so bad. However, your physics cannot be combined if you want to take the engineering stuff, something like that. I think it's very fair. If not, you die, right? Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So you want business stuff? You can also do bioengineering with minor in business. This is where you say your H2 math and your H2 bio works very fine. See? Bioengineering stuff can.
No, but like full business, not just not science related.
Can. Let's look at it. Where is it? Not economics. There you go. Accountancy and business. Very simple. Look at that. Look at the requirements. Simple, right? The requirement is H1 math. H1 math. You will notice that there is almost no requirement on the H2 humanities subject, right? Almost none, except the policy affairs. Yeah, that's quite standard in terms of, so only law and law, literature, and the politics, the policies courses will require certain type of H2 humanities. The rest is the total number matters. So let's say you take all the humanities subject, right? And then you want to aim for business, right? That's what you're aiming for, right? Your problem is not the requirement. The requirement is fair. Your problem is that the competition is very high. So you need to get like AAA for NUS, and then you need to get AAB for NTU business. It doesn't matter what the AAB is from. That's the good thing. So you may be competing a science student, he gets AAB. You're a humanities student, you also AAB. No problem at all. They don't care. I suppose that's the good thing. So you can have a great confidence in taking the humanities subject if you want to go into business. You can have confidence on it.
I'm quite certain I don't want like a very sciencey degree. Quite certain. But I'm not sure business. But I'm not really interested in like those engineering kind of degree.
Which means you don't have to worry about a lot. You probably don't have to worry about science much. I just confirm a few things. Even bioengineering, you don't care. That's the most biology thingy that you can take, I suppose.
No. I enjoy bio, but it's not my favorite subject. I don't have to work in like science related job.
Which brings back to the option that we talked about first back then, architecture. Architecture is probably the least sciencey of the science subject. Probably. It's pretty much art and science, pretty much. Do you care about architecture?
Still one of the options, I guess.
There is no architecture
Still
in,
consider.
I think. There isn't. I think. Yep. And you don't want to be a teacher, I suppose?
No.
Right.
Cannot.
So the options are limited to business, accountancy. My science, a few of my Singapore science friends do take accountancy. So I suppose that may work for you. You don't take this kind of thing like, English literature, history, psychology, philosophy. Philosophy?
Probably not.
Probably.
No, not as a major. No.
So
Because
history
I don't
and
really see any application other than like very specific or philosophy or history.
yes, very specific stuff. I must agree. Economics, sociology.
What's sociology? What's that?
Oh dear. Social science. How else can I explain sociology besides social science?
The requirement seems quite open.
The requirement is very open. Very open. Of course, very open. You don't need a lot of. The thing is, in Singapore, you don't need a lot of sociologists. I suppose that's a way to say that. It's a very standard society.
What? Oh.
I think you better go rather than sociology, unless you're super interested. It's probably better to go to policy making, public policies. Yeah.
Okay.
Media might be interesting. Economics and media analytics. Okay. Oh, that's interesting for some people. Psychology and media analytics. So it's not a psychology on a person per se, but on how to. That is very difficult to explain to a science student. But yeah, you have options. You have a lot of non-science options with serious career options. You have. Yes. Whoa, this is very weird. Psychology with second major in biological science. I've never seen that before. Ta-da. Right? I've never seen this before. How very interesting. Right?
Economics and psychology.
Yeah,
but I heard psychology is very popular degree. A lot of people want to take.
And very limited slots. So the competition is high. Sorry, I put it across strongly. It's not an easy subject to go in because many people are interested and they don't open a lot of slots for a good reason. You don't need that much of psychologists. It's a very specific thing. So if you graduate as a psychology, they want to ensure that you have work waiting for you. So you cannot open too much slot anyway. That's for the good of everybody. To be very clear, okay?
Yeah.
They're not artificially limiting the slot. That's not what they're doing. Right? Do your research, Ryota. You just have to read this, Oh, this is the option, maybe I'm interested. Maybe I can talk about it a bit more. You have to do your research to the Japanese university also. I've never heard somebody study business or accountancy in Japan. Most of the time when you go to Japan, you either study the language or the engineering stuff. Why would you study business in Japan? Unless you're thinking about moving there.
I might want to.
That is a very good reason. You better do your research on what options are available. Getting to Tokyo University is probably should not be your first option. You must have other realistic options.
Yeah, no, not really Tokyo University. No, I know it's very difficult.
Yeah, even for the locals, you see. You can also take business here and for 3 years and do an attachment in Japan. So let me put it this way. Let me put it in a very easy way. The competition is very heated up to the university level, but only the first degree. We're talking about the first degree here, bachelor. Okay. Once you get to master, even getting to a master in MIT is quite easy. Getting to a bachelor in MIT is wow. Okay. Doing a master or PhD in MIT is comparatively easy. So doing a master degree in business, which most people have to do these days, I suppose. Let's say you go to the business route, then you take master in business, something. Going to Japan, doing master in business, going to everywhere doing master in business is easier and cheaper. It's very weird. It's easier and cheaper than the bachelor degree. So university first degree bachelor is not your do or die gateway to Japan. It's not.
I see.
It's really not. You just ask your father or your mother or Johan, Kakak Johan, Uncle Johan, Uncle Johan, Om Johan, whether what I'm saying is true. Okay, back to Earth. Okay, calling us back to Earth. How does this affect your JC options? If you're very sure that you're not taking sciencey stuff, feel free to consider the humanities stuff. You're locking yourself out of sciencey stuff, but if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you get good marks and you get good knowledge out of it. It really matters. The total mark matters. That's why when I say you must choose a proper subject combo, what I have in mind is that it came out you gaining very good knowledge, you grow, and for the purpose of registration, you have marks to show. The growth matters more, but people don't see your growth. People see your mark. So the mark matters to other people. The growth matters to you. Feel free to choose non-sciencey stuff. Feel free to do that. Feel free to consider Nanyang JC, even though there's no subject combo. Because if you just want to focus on humanities, then the subject combo probably won't matter too much. You'll probably get what you want. The difficulty is always when you try to mix and match science and humanities anyway. That's the problem. If you're not trying to do that, any JC will probably be okay. Go for Nanyang JC if you want to. Except that Nanyang JC is probably how many pointers is that? 8, 7 pointer?
6 to 8.
Okay. Okay. So fighting for the SA makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fighting for the SA makes sense. And since it's very near, I suppose I can support it. I don't mind. Okay, are we wasting time here or you get something?
Yeah, I see. Useful information.
Okay.
Okay.
You're prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, can you prepare for Tuesday, please?
Tomorrow night. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of time and make sure that you do work during school time. That's what you've been doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, anything else that you feel is wrong or is missing?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.